Hey guys, you're watching Mia's new pair of glasses, and the topic of today's video is the lead-based paint banning conspiracy. And I want to let you know really quick how this topic came about. Tell you a little story. What actually gave me the idea for this video was my new partner in YouTube, Brian. And when he first communicated to me he had sent me an email stating that he had some answers, and specifically referring to lead paint and what people didn't know about the banning of lead paint. And I did not respond due to some bad advice. I did not respond to him, and he was persistent. He emailed me, messaged me on YouTube, and commented for a solid month before I would respond. So eventually I did respond. I'm really, really glad I did, because some amazing things have come out of it. One of which is on a personal level, and another in a partnership in the truth level. And I'll just tell you guys that I've gotten some comments about my new series, or our new series that I'm putting on YouTube, and the things that we're talking about, and the fact that I'm not seeming myself, and I'm changing I don't know, I guess like I'm brainwashed, or I'm, I don't know, not myself. But I can tell you this much, that if you knew everything that I knew at this point, and I still don't even know it all, but I do know the end result. And if you knew what Brian knows and what I know, you would understand why we're doing what we're doing, why we're doing it in the way we're doing it, and understand the importance of this, like why this is priority right now, because this information has to get out to people, and it is absolutely fact. And I just ask of you guys that you put aside your judgment and your previous beliefs and what you're assuming about what's going on, and come at this with an open mind. And I don't often ask you guys to trust me, but I'm asking you in this situation to trust me, that this is real, it is important, and people need to know. And when you get to the end of this, you're going to understand. But I have no doubt in my mind that what we're doing and how we're doing it is necessary. And so obviously I'm waiting for monetization of my channel right now. I have to change my style. I don't have the freedom that I did before to use video clips and music and all this stuff. Like, what I'm doing with my videos is actually very specific to protect me from YouTube having any reason to take my channel down. So there's certain changes I have to make. And yes, in the video series that Brian and I are doing, I am reading from a script. I'm reading exactly what's on the video. I'm not putting commentary and whatever. I'm reading what's on there, because the information is important, and it's in a very succinct way. So I am reading from the script, and the script is what has been created for a reason, every image and every word. So I just want to say, before we go into this, you need to be watching this, and you need to pay attention, as I believe it. And so if you have any amount of trust in me, you might want to believe it too. And I'm not saying believe it without having facts, because everything we're going to provide is going to be based in facts. So let's talk about lead paint. So we're going to talk about something that is not really talked about, and if it is, I haven't heard it out there. But we're going to talk about the real reason that lead-based paint was banned. And of course it was banned by the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency, which is a government agency that pretends like it's doing what's best for humans living in this country, but we know better. So we're going to talk about that. So lead-based paint was widely used in the United States because of its durability. But the United States banned the manufacture of lead-based house paint in 1978, stating it was due to health concerns. And what they're saying is that lead has long been considered a harmful environmental pollutant. So Congress banned the use of lead paint in 1971, and it followed up with implementing regulations to get rid of lead-based paint. And what they have done is implant fear in the American public, because when you are in fear, you are most easily manipulated and controlled. So what they were saying was it was a number one environmental threat to the health of children in the United States, saying that it can be ingested through air, drinking water, food, contaminated soil, deteriorating paint, and dust, and that airborne lead enters the body by breathing or swallowing lead particles or dust once it has settled. So how they put fear in the American public was saying, look, if your kid drinks lead paint, they're going to get lead poisoning. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't know any kids that are sitting around drinking paint. But that worked. And so what they did was they proceeded to regulate and remove lead paint from houses. So now we're going to talk about the real conspiracy behind this and how they were able to not only get lead-based paint removed from people, but have the people pay for it. Have actually the people pay for it to be removed. So let's talk about why they would do that. Why the big effort to get lead paint removed from people's houses. Lead paint actually blocks microwave signals and radiation. What they can do with the microwave frequencies from the towers, they can be beamed through a window of a room where one spends most of their time, usually the window facing the street. They're specifically directed to target and track a person inside his home. The tracking speed is slow, and when the target moves, the signal takes several seconds or minutes to search and find the target of his new location. When a target enters an area in his home that the signal cannot reach, the signal goes on a wide search mode, thinking the target has left the home and traveling about town. When a primary window is blocked off, within days the signal finds another window or a thin wall to penetrate. And you can actually feel the effects of a signal, which may induce a dull headache or pressure within your temples, right? So what do they do in X-ray rooms when they're doing an X-ray? They have you wear a lead vest, and the room is barriered with lead, right? So we know that lead can block these signals, right? They use it. Let's talk more about what these signals can do. Microwaves that are carriers of ELF modulation. Possibilities include microwaves resonate with DNA. They can penetrate flesh and bone, pass through some walls and windows, and are already in use by cell phones. These signals entrain brain waves into a high beta state, which can cause aggression and stress or alpha level that induces hypnotic states and muddled thinking. Besides the ELF waves that entrain brain states, the carrier may also convey audio messages. So this is voice-to-skull technology, right, where they can make you think you're hearing something. This is absolutely possible. So these audio messages could be modulated into the microwave carrier via frequency modulation, while the ELF brain entrainment signals could be amplified or can amplitude modulated. There can also be emotional signatures, frequency modulated into the carrier. So these can induce anger, frustration, sadness, or essentially any human emotion into susceptible targets. Standing waves within buildings can cause phase cancellation, turning the EM energy into scalar waves instead. These may have additional psychological, biological, or even paranormal effects. So we know that if you followed any of my videos and others on this topic, we know that your brain has its own ELF. So when it is messed with, they can do anything. They can change your physiological, emotional, mental states. Anything can be altered with ELF. So this is the real reason why lead paint was made to seem like it was the worst thing ever, because they cannot track you inside your home if your room and walls are covered with lead paint. There's a lot of truth in movies. So we know that Superman cannot see through lead paint. He cannot get through lead. So me and Brian are going to put another video out in the future describing more about the specifics of lead paint and the properties and why it works the way that it does and what role it plays. But you're starting to get the picture that you have to think whatever they are telling you, they meaning, the media, the government agencies, everything they're telling you, you have to go 180 degrees the other way. That's what I'm trying to get at here, is that there's always an agenda underneath an agenda underneath an agenda. And that has been true for as long as time has gone on, and it's going to continue. So your best protection against being trapped in your home and being affected by ELFs and microwave radiation is actually lead paint. So thanks for watching today, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for the coming series that is going to continue on my channel. Everybody stay safe, be good to one another, and God bless.